From Hollywood, The Tonight Show, starring Johnny Carson. This is Ed McMahon along with Doc Severinsen and the NBC Orchestra, inviting you to join Johnny and his guests, Don Rickles, John Byner, Buddy Rich, his daughter Kathy Rich, and baldness authority Dale Alexander. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Johnny.
Thank you. Thank you. I know it's not easy the first time, is it? How are you? You sound great tonight.
Good
Sounds
crowd.
like a great... I'm Johnny Carson, and I'm here to tickle your funny bone, or I can scratch your backs and push you to sleep. Which would you prefer? Is this on? Remember those guys? I'd like to start by saying tonight that my monologue conforms to the new California law. It contains less than an ounce of jokes. Over an ounce is a felony. Is that right, guys?
Right. How many jokes can you roll in a monologue?
Have outside work, huh? Okay. You're in luck tonight. Right after the monologue, Mother Tums will come out and say, there. Have you seen Mother Tums? She's beginning to steam me. We just got rid of Mrs. Olson. You know, she got rid of her and her can, and now we got Mother Tums. How you doing? I haven't seen you for
a couple of days.
I heard what happened over the weekend. Ed got one of those rings that are out. Have you seen those new ones? Called a mood ring?
Yeah.
Got one for Christmas. Turned bloodshot yesterday. What's the deal on those? Are they supposed to turn depending on what kind of mood you're in?
Yes.
If you're in a dark mood, the ring turns dark? What happens if you're...
Blue, bright blue.
If you're happy, it turns blue. Do they work?
Sure.
Excuse me? If you're sexy, it turns purple.
Sometimes you have to wait a while.
Yeah, I think my ring is stuck. Hello, Tom. How are you? Good. Tommy went for his annual physical examination today. Tommy is not Mr. Electricity. A little dull. The doctor gave him a cholesterol test, and in the cholesterol they found mayonnaise deposits. It's a weird thing. Well, let's go to the news and see if Dan Rather is investigating the assassination plot against Cock Robin. That'll be his next one. There's a doctor slowdown in Southern California. As you probably know, it affects the sick, the aged, and the Los Angeles Rams. But now, look, I had money on the Rams, folks. But the game is over. Boy, is that game over. 37-7. I'll say this about the Rams. They showed a lot of fighting spirit. Right up until the Star-Spangled Banner. Did you watch the game?
I was there, yes.
You were there. I had tickets to go to the game. At the last minute, I said, I think I'll watch it on television. I made a pretty good decision. You could tell even Coach Knox was, there were little signs of discouragement. It's not often you see the players showering at halftime. What happened?
Nothing.
I could tell by I know that. I mean, you know that the team does not have a killer instinct when you look over at the sidelines, and the Ram players were drinking Gatorade out of Demitas cups. That's not the killer instinct. It's just really too bad. I know the reason. Everybody's trying to figure out the reason. The reason the Rams lost is because of their deep religious beliefs. They consider Sunday a day of rest. And that's really all there was to it. And the fans were no help. What happened to the fans? You know, when you're a hero, they cheer, right? But as soon as you're a little behind, they can really turn on you. One guy wore a raccoon coat to the game, and the raccoons were booing. Just like you folks. That's right. No, but by the end, the people were not paying too much attention to the game. You know, there were two hippies who were planting marijuana in the Rams' end zone. They had a little garden going there. It's too bad. Well, what else has happened? Who did you bet on?
Why, I was for the Rams, of course.
I don't think that was the question. I mean, I may be wrong.
No, I bet on the Rams. I did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Honestly?
Honestly, yes.
And
I managed to get even.
You managed to get even?
For the year. No, I bet on the Rams.
How did you get even?
It appeared to be a joke. It appeared to be a joke in my mind, but when it got out of my mouth, there was
Obviously, it is in your own mind. And we don't have time to go on a scavenger hunt, so if you have one in there...
Let's say I bet on the Rams and I lost.
That's right. Don't follow up unless you've got something. Anyway...
It's the longest you've talked to me this year.
Matter of fact, that does it for the year, right here. Well, let's see, what else is happening? Did you watch the 3-hour show that NBC had last night? From 8 o'clock out here to 11 o'clock at night, they did a 3-hour show on what's happening in foreign affairs and the problems of the world. It was a fascinating show. And President Ford was on at the end of the show to wrap up. And he's asking for a ceasefire in Angola. 2 weeks ago, most people did not know where Angola was. But the president is now saying he wants all the major powers to withdraw their forces from Angola immediately, including the United States, as soon as we admit that we're there. It's real strange, isn't it? Nobody knows what's going on. Ronald Reagan is up in New Hampshire today, campaigning. You want to sit down, Mrs. Reagan? That was a wonderful applause. How do you applaud with one hand? I mean, I've never heard anything like that. Just slapping the person next to him, you know. It's Reagan. No, he's, New Hampshire, the primary is very important up there. I guess it's supposed to set the mood of the nation. And he's traveling around in a bus. Ronnie's got a great slogan that says, "Take the bus, leave the extremism to us," which is kind of clever up there. You know what the temperature was up in New Hampshire? In the low 20s. Reagan smiled and his hair snapped off. It's cold up there. But if you know anything about New Hampshire, they're kind of old Yankee horse traders up there, and they're hard to convince and they're very shrewd. And it's a little tough on Ronnie going around shaking hands while people are examining his teeth. That's the way they do it in New Hampshire. Well, anyway, you better stay well this week. This slowdown out in California is no laughing matter, except when I go to my doctor. I had a little flu over the weekend. Went to my regular doctor. You know who he is, Dr. Mandrake Kirby. And he was out, but I talked to his partner. You know Mandrake has a partner? Dr. Melvin Practice. or as we call him, Mel Practice. Mel Practice. Dr. Mel Practice is an eye, ear, nose, and wallet man. And I said that I told him I had a touch of the flu. He says, "Why don't you come to my office?" And I wanted to be careful. I says, "Before you come to I come to your office, is there something I should take?" And he says, "Yes, you should take a taxi to the bank." He's a weird doctor. You know something about him? He's strange. Dr. Kirby is strange, but Mel Practice is really weird. He puts a rubber glove on after the examination. And I said, "Why do you do that?" And he says, "I don't want to get fingerprints on the nurse." Weird doctor. Anyway, tonight on the show, this should be a warm show tonight. We have Mr. Warmth, Don Rickles, is with us. And along with that, Mr. Humble, Buddy Rich, is here tonight. So this is... Well, Don and Buddy are really quite sweet guys. I saw them out in the parking lot before the show. They were staging illegal campfire girl fights. One of the funniest men in the world is also here. Mr. John Byner is with us tonight. Buddy's daughter, Kathy Rich. And a gentleman by the name of Dale Alexander, who's written a book called... What? You have to help me with the name of the book. Called
Healthy
what?
Hair and Common Sense.
Called Healthy Hair and Common Sense.
That's the title.
That is the title, and it has to do with common sense and healthy hair. It was, we don't want to tell you too much about it, because it'll be, Anyway, it's gonna be, it's wide world. Don't want to know about healthy hair. Anyway, did I leave anything out?
Oh, there's a visitor.
A visitor?
Special visitor
who might
from
it
the
be?
East.
From the East?
From the East.
Wonderful. All right. And we'll be right back.
In business negotiations anywhere, I'm always ready with my Superscope action recorder. Extremely well made, yet conspicuously inexpensive. And with its tiny built-in microphone, I never miss a trick, actually. A Superscope action recorder gives a chap a definite advantage. Oh, no, except it's such an outstanding buy. The other fellow's bound to have one, too.
In the world of sound, Superscope is everywhere at popular prices.
Feed a rap a dog, make him roll over, teach an old dog a new trick. It tastes so good, everybody should teach an old dog a new trick.
Roll wiener wrap, fresh dough around a hot dog and bake.
Tastes terrific. Feed a rap a dog, make him roll over, teach an old dog a new trick. Teach an old dog a new trick.
With wiener wrap.
Thank you, Doctor. As promised, we do have that visitor from the East, that famous seer, sage, soothsayer, all-omniscient, all-knowing, all-seeing, and former charm coach to Howard Cosell, Karnak the Magnificent. Sullivan. Your cloak was over the microphone. Welcome once again, O great sage. I hold in my hands the envelopes. As any child of 4 can plainly see, these envelopes are hermetically sealed. Been kept in a mayonnaise jar in Funkenwaggle Sport since noon today. No one knows the contents of these envelopes. But you, in your divine and mystical way, will ascertain the answers without a 4, having not seen the question.
You scare Karnak at times.
Sorry about that.
Must exchange this gift for Christmas.
Oh, similar to the one you had last year. The first envelope.
Absolute silence, please.
Hermetically sealed. Mayonnaise jar, noon, Funkenwaggle.
I will divine the answer.
Without ever seeing.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Name a team the L.A. Rams can beat. De Hindenburg and Hubert Humphrey.
The Hindenburg and Hubert Humphrey.
Name 2 things filled with hot air. Government of the people, by the people, and for the people.
Government of the people, by the people, and for the people.
Name an ancient legend. Barnack, hot tonight.
Yes. Steaming.
Shampoo.
Shampoo.
Name a movie about a hairdresser who puts the Prel on top and the concentrate on the bottom. Woo-wee. The $6 Million Man, Ken, and Barbie. Name 3 people with parts missing.
A rouser.
Dipsy Doodle.
Dipsy Doodle.
That's right, Dipsy Doodle. What do you call a crazy doodle? May your surgeon go on strike in mid-hernia. A face in the crowd. Describe a Democratic candidate for president. The blackbird. What is the correct bird to wear after 6? Bedwetting. What is a cheap hobby when you're broke? A CIA agent. Who first opened this envelope?
I hold in my hand the last envelope.
May a crazed pole vaulter charge under your sister's hoop skirt. The answer to this question, sealed in the envelope. Marcus Welby, pickled herring, and Doris Day. Name a surgeon, a sturgeon, and a virgin.
Tonight we'd like to welcome a new sponsor to the show, Aritas Foods. Watch this message, please.
Why do you think Ore-Ida French fries are America's favorite brand?
Simple. First of all, the color is such a beautiful golden brown. And when you bite into them, they feel so crispy and crunchy. And the inside is so nice and fluffy. To sum it all up, I'd say they really taste good.
Ore-Ida, America's favorite brand of frozen potatoes, because they really taste good.
9 Lives presents Morris.
Oh, Morris, wasn't that love story sweet?
Sickening is more like it.
Ready for Din-Din?
I'm too choked up.
Finicky, baby, it's 9 lives.
The plot's improving.
kidney, or super supper?
Uh-oh, 9 Lives Super Supper.
9 Lives. Nutritious foods cats really like, even Morris.
Who could face tomorrow without 9 lives?
Okay, this is going to be a night to conjure with, I think. Don Rickles was here tonight, Mr. Warmth, on February the 25th. Oh, besides Don Rickles, John Byner is with us tonight, Buddy Rich, Kathy Rich, Buddy's lovely daughter, and Dale Alexander, who has a book called Hair and Harmony. Healthy hair and common sense. That's close. Well, it means the same thing.
Hair and Harmony.
Hair and Harmony would have been a better, bigger seller. Anyway, Don Rickles is going to be the roast master February 25th when Dean Martin gets roasted at the end of the season. Right. He'll be at the Riviera Hotel in Las Vegas starting January 29th, and in February, he has a dramatic role on Medical Center.
Oh.
What would he play? What?
I don't know.
A corpse, perhaps?
How about a crazed physician?
A crazed physician, yes.
Yeah.
Terminally insane,
Yes,
I think.
right.
Would you welcome Mr. Warmth, Don Rickles?
Throw him out. Right away, a vicious guy. I hope your penguin dies in your tub.
The hell that means?
Happy New Year.
You really drink coffee?
Absolutely.
Hey, Eddie, get a Cruller. We'll get the cab out in about a half hour.
I'm off of booze.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Give him a prize. What do I care? I remember you made up for a lot when you were drinking. The old days used to just lay around the restaurant going, and people said, that's Johnny Carson. Your mother was in Nebraska going, he's bombed, he's bombed. We're Jewish people. We don't drink. We just sit there saying, want another one, sir?
You and I had some moments together ourselves, let's be honest.
Well, hey, we had our heyday now. You're a little older than I. I'm still a young kid.
Hold it.
I know when we played tennis. You forgot when we first started? Now, I was just telling Bobby Quinn, the director, you know, the little midget in the booth? Right. Nothing wrong about little people. I love little people, but he keeps running around. I see him at the health clubs all the time, sucking on my ankle. Anyway, why do you do that? Your tie's laying right. Why do you do that?
It's a nervous habit.
What nervous habit? Well, get over it. Go to a rest home or something. Did you get engaged, Ed?
Yes, I did.
Sorry. Anyway, did you see the girl you got engaged to?
Certainly have.
Oh, God. It's like the front of a bad bus. No, Ed, she's a pretty girl. You gotta be alone on the highway, searching, wandering. If you don't get Bambi, you get hurt. No, I'm kidding, Ed. You're a big fella. You can handle it. Anyway, I just can't picture you on the wedding night on top of the furniture. Over here, hon!
Look, when all you've had...
You can go to heck, folks. We're gonna laugh. We saw the girl. When she takes off the girdle, I love that. Victoria.
Lovely girl.
Lovely girl. Really. I met her in the Navy. She used to stand on the dock. Sleeps in. I must say that, Ed, you had an engagement party.
Yes.
Which we weren't invited to, but I'm not hurt. You wait till you see the gift we give you. Picture of my gynecologist on his way home. My gynecologist?
Your gynecologist?
You changed the freckles on your face are gone, and Billy Eckstein is alive. Anyway, Billy? Anyway, Scatman Crothers in the back going, Billy Eckstein died? No. Scatman Crothers was in my dressing room all night going, I love my son and my son come home. My baby know my son. I said, shut up, I hate rhythm. Buddy Rich is in the back going, Mama, Daddy, Mama, Daddy, Mama, Daddy, Mama, Daddy. You don't see this anymore, garters. But, Well, with the new wife, in case you don't fool around, you can just go, wow. But,
What did Bobby Quinn say?
who cares? Oh, no. No, I remember when we first played, you don't play tennis, Ed. You got trouble moving that damn thing around. You ought to put a little horn on top of your head. I don't know why I'm picking you perspiring. I really got you locked tonight. I never saw you perspire.
I'm laughing.
Gentile guys like you, once in a while, you and Johnny get a little trickle.
Yeah.
Jewish people, we perspire, we're emotional. You people from the Midwest, you know, well, you're from Philadelphia, but originally, where were you from?
Lowell, Massachusetts.
Wrong!
I had a strict family. We were not allowed to perspire.
La 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 la. Pass it. I hate when you get physical. I
know that.
You know that. That
I
used to
gave
be
you
a problem.
once at a party. I gave you a little.
Buddy
teeny-
Rich is on the show, and he's a black belt. You know
Once
that.
at a party. You've never forgotten. We had a party once in Las Vegas, remember? And I came over and
well, I
just we were
forget.
all fooling around.
That's right.
And I gave you a little.
Well, you had a couple of belts, and we had a good time. And John, you know, Ed, we're not interrupting, are we? Ed keeps looking at the light, going, "Isn't it on me?" How do I look? Hello.
In brewing beer and anything, being really good takes pride.
Catherine Coleman is home.
Just watch this. Here's a word from Budweiser.
When you say Budweiser.
Hey, Zach, I need a break. Give me a good sideline shot.
Do what I can, man. Turn it on, huh?
When you take up sports photography, you know what's coming. Action. It takes extra effort to get exactly what you want. It takes pride in what you're doing and the guts to stick with it.
I really am sorry about your arm, man.
The Budweiser people have that kind of pride, too. And every taste of Beechwood Age Budweiser says so. Loud and clear. Hear it talking?
When you say Budweiser, you said it all.
Tony Musante stars in Quality of Mercy, a special movie Thursday at 9, 8 Central on NBC.
Yeah, thank you, Doctor.
Yeah, he's...
Don Rickles is here. Buddy Rich, John Byner, Kathy Rich, Dale Alexander's going to talk about hair.
Well,
And, well,
I got no problem.
he might tell you how to fill that out.
Why? I wonder why guys worry about that. You know, you got to be yourself. You know, like you have a full head of hair, but it's thinning. You know, as
Oh,
we
no,
get-
no.
In the front, you had much more when you were younger. Look at some...
No, it was darker when I was younger.
Darker?
You know, I had a little pompadour. Remember those? In your high school, I had a little pompadour?
Wonderful. These are good facts, but I really don't...
What is
I don't know.
this?
I'm
You-
starting
what-
to feel like Jack, rest his soul. For God's sake. You know. But I must say that as we get older, we change. And hair is not the big thing. Don't worry.
Of course not. I didn't say it
Well,
was.
no. You made fun of people that are bald.
I wasn't making fun of your baldness.
Yes, you
It's
did.
Really,
Don't
you're
steam
not
me.
really bald.
You don't steam me, I'm going to knock this Marine right on the floor. Really got it in for you tonight, Ed. You know why?
Why?
Because you just found a beautiful girl. Did you meet Victoria?
Of course I've met
We made
Victoria.
jokes. To those of you that love Ed, you three. No, he has a beautiful... You never... are you going to, when Ed gets married, are you going to go for a few beans and give him a nice party?
Just going for a few beans. I got him a
Told
can
you
of
you don't have to
jalapeno
kiss it
bean dip.
anymore. I told you that. I begged you. I said, Ed, be yourself. Walk
Yeah.
right up to him one night and go, "Hey, John, he's thin. He'll fall down. It's all over." You know the furniture. Just sit by the desk. Who's going to stop you? Freddie? The Spanish? Freddie de Cavite?
You want
He's
to...
busy going to the parties with his wife Janet saying to big people, "I'm Freddie. I'm Johnny's producer." Go away, dumbbell. Go away. Tell little...
Can you break the big news that happened in your dressing room tonight, or is it too premature? Because I happen to be there at that historic moment.
I must say what you said, which is a classic. What happened was, NBC has, once again, as ABC has, and CBS has, and 3 presidents of networks are now at Forest Lawn going, why? Why? But NBC and Dave Tebbutt, my dear friend, and I knew we were in because he sent a gift already.
A gift arrived.
An 8x10 glossy of a TV set. But I knew then and there
He's waiting to see if the show...
that Aaron Rubin and I, along with Joseph Scandori, my wife Barbara, who is fully behind this thing, another pilot, we have been given another opportunity to skyrocket to fame on television. Johnny Carson started me on television, and you've held me back.
Another
now,
pilot.
once again, NBC has seen fit Herb Schloss, who you see in the hall going, "With my wah-wah." And all these big executives sat together.
You're going to do another show.
Yes. No, I'm going to open up Ralph's Market and squeeze tomatoes. Of course.
That I would
Dumbbell gives me a dumb
That I
line
would
like
have believed.
Am I right, Ed?
Yes,
Well,
you're right.
stop laughing.
Is it,
Getting fed up with you, mule. I'm getting fed up.
will it be,
Ever since you got engaged, you changed.
will it be seen in this country?
No, it'll be seen in Yugoslavia. They never see it in Yugoslavia because they constantly have the runs. Is it on? I gotta go. You ever spend an afternoon in Acapulco? Wait up, Charlie! I don't need da-da-da-da-da. I know how I walk. Hey, the dumbbell drummer that keeps going da-da-da-da-da. Wait till you see the great one come out. He's in the back now going, my wrists.
So you're going when does this show go on the air?
This doesn't go on the air. We wait
Just
for
a
a
pilot.
storm, we put a wet wire on our lip and hope. It's not going on the air. We're just going to kill time.
Well, you've had a lot of pilots, haven't you? I mean, you've done a lot of...
Tell them the line.
I
Let's not
said
say-
you've had your hand in more pilots than an Air Force proctologist. That's all I said. That's all I said. I guess I didn't say that one, did I?
I know what a proctologist is.
I know.
That's a guy that stands in a hall with a pole and goes, I'm coming, Harold. Anyway, you brought up proctologist. I used to
Well.
think it was a guy on a sub. Anyway, that's a little deep.
Of course it is.
See the periscope. And you go,
Well, I wish you...
A proctologist, for those of you who don't know, if you have a, well,
Never
explain.
mind, they know what it is.
Oh, okay, fine.
Anyway,
What, we're going to have dinner?
to tide you over to that show, you're guesting on Medical Center?
Yes.
Now, what are you playing on that?
I'm playing what you think, a retarded moron.
Come, no, I didn't say that.
No, the people laughed when they said that. I started...
Are you diseased in this episode? Well, I mean, most people who do guest shots are either horribly, something terrible has happened to them. What has happened to you besides the
Well,
new
I
pilot?
use an ointment, and it's some sort of seafood rash.
I see. So, service.
I had it in the Navy. It was
service-
called the lobsters.
Now, come
It's
on.
deadly. It can kill you.
Is it a
Well,
really
medical
deep,
center,
dramatic
Joe
role?
Gannon, Chad Everett, who was a wonderful actor. I know this because he called me today and
Says
said I'm a wonderful
actor. Yes. Chad has been
And
known
Chad
to do
Everett
that.
and Al Ward and Frank
Al
Lixman.
Ward and Frank
yeah.
Lixman.
Yeah, these are big people. These are guys that hang around MGM with a little ball going, "You're third." Anyway, they have a big problem. They weren't in the service. They skipped around the house a lot. Anyway, right, Marine Raiders?
Right.
Crazy guy, yeah. All right, Squadron. All right, dive.
Now, what do you play in this thing?
Pardon me?
What is your role in
Why do
this?
you interrupt me when I was on a roll with this man about the Marines? Don't you like the
We'll
service?
decide if you're on
You
a
were in
roll.
the Navy. You were an ensign going, everybody to your gun station! Rapid fire, commence, commence, commence! And the Japanese people going, what?
I stayed right in my bunk with my pinup of Mara Corday, and that's it. That got me through Guam about 2 months.
You were in the Marines, right?
Yes,
eh?
sir.
Well, yell it out, boy. Marine Raiders!
Marine Raiders.
He's one, too.
What is the dramatic part that you're playing?
What are you, Al Jolson?
Well, maybe.
The dramatic part I play. Why don't you go up in the aisle and make an appeal? Now, must be a rally from Israel.
Do you play a doctor? Do you
The
play...
old lady went, he's Jewish! Anyway, no, I don't play a doctor. Who would believe me as a doctor? I got trouble spelling it. I play a guy who is a cynical, bitter man. My God, I'm playing me. But I play pretty much a guy, and Ruth Buzzy.
Well, what is wrong with you?
Pardon me?
In the story, what's wrong with you?
What is wrong? Why are you? What are you hung up on diseases?
Well, you're a patient, right?
Yes, it's either. Well, I have ulcers. I have a.
That's what I wanted to find out.
And I'm dying of it because I need this operation.
Oh.
I know. Don't go to pieces. And Ruth Buzzy, who is a lovely actress. It sounds crazy. The girl with the pocketbook, and as Ruth is, and I know you're going to laugh. And if you do,
Why would
I'm
I
going to
laugh?
suck your neck.
Why would I laugh?
Why would you laugh? Because this show isn't making it. That's why you laugh.
I saw you in Kelly's Raiders.
Kelly's Heroes. Raiders was a picture you saw on Hollywood Boulevard with Ed one night with the blankets over your head. Kelly's Raiders. Man makes $4 million. Buy the cough. Now, when you're that rich, you don't cough. You just go, hello, get rid of it.
See, most people don't know.
Well, of course they don't know. That's why
I haven't finished the statement.
Oh, fine. Don't touch me. You know what I have.
Yeah, of course. That you actually went to drama school. The New York Actors Drama Place.
No, wrong again.
All right.
The New York Actors Drama Place is a garage where you and I had a broad Thursday.
Nevertheless.
Her name was Lillian. She worked with an elephant and a dead mule.
I know.
Anyway,
then the birds came in and molted, remember, and flew away.
And then Ed came in at the end and went, ta-da!
Okay. You went to the New York Drama, you went to the,
I didn't go there, dumbbell. Get the place right.
You attended that.
I went to the American Academy of Dramatic Arts.
Same thing. I meant the drama place in New York.
No, it's not the drama place in New York. You never went to a drama school. You were in Nebraska saying to the heifer, wow.
That's coming out backwards.
Ooh. Boy, he hit the bucket. Anyway, you gotta realize you were never an actor. You just skyrocketed to fame. You come out in a trailer from California.
Wait, hold it. I appeared on Broadway. Appeared on Broadway.
Really?
In Tunnel of Love. Did 2 United States Steel Hours.
But you're a self-conscious guy. People don't know that. You're not basically an actor. Now, come on, be honest.
What do you mean? Are you saying that I can't act?
A fair statement, yes. I would say that. Let me put it the other way. You stink. You are not an actor. You are a multi-millionaire in what you do. There is nobody that can do what you do.
Wait a minute. What is that
What are you now? What are you, a referee now? What is this? My timeout, Rams. First down, Green Bay. Clipping on the 40, and Larry McCutcheon going, we losing, you dumbbell. We losing. And Jimmy Harris going, my arm hurts. And Chuck Knox is going, what's the score?
Do you consider yourself an
actor? And Carol Rosenblum is in the oh, pardon me. Cut that out, folks. He's in the dressing room going,
Do you consider yourself
37-7.
Oh, you got some more. Excuse me.
Oh. Jump in when you get a minute.
Didn't mean to interrupt you there.
My goodness. Now, what were we going to say?
Does smoking, if I smoke, bother you?
No, not at all.
He's not going to respect you in the morning. We'll take a pause. We'll be right back.
There's something about a gray, rainy day that makes a delicious coffee like Cafe Vienna a real treat. This General Foods International coffee has a touch of cinnamon flavor that's like a touch of old Vienna. You know, when it's cold and damp on the outside, it takes a very special coffee to make you feel warm and relaxed on the inside.
General Foods International coffees. It's our flavor that makes us special.
Nowadays, to serve breakfast sausage to a bunch like this, you gotta be rich or smart. Well, you're smart to buy Swift Premium Brown and Serve. There's more meat to eat. Look here. Start with equal weights of ordinary sausage and Brown and Serve. After cooking both, pour off waste grease. And look, Brown and Serve gives you over 35% more meat to eat. And a terrific taste. Swift Premium Brown and Serve. More meat to eat.
Okay, John Byner is here tonight. I'm a big fan of his. I think he's one of the cleverest performers in the world. And John's a little self-conscious about plugging something, so I guess I should say he's appearing somewhere in Miami sometime in February. And that's true. He'll be a reoccurring special guest on NBC in a series starting sometime in the spring. I'm not sure of the title, but he gets embarrassed. Would you welcome John Byner? Hey,
Hi,
you're here on a
gosh,
good night.
I love to follow singers and actors. It's funny, it's funny. I'm not Jewish and I'm sweating. I don't understand.
Did you ever get one of those spots on a bill where you go out and you're backstage? They're usually charity benefits. I followed, you reminded me of that once. I did the show in New York once. I think you put it on. And Dustin Hoffman. They said, why don't you follow Dustin Hoffman? And I said, great. You know, Dustin Hoffman, little actor, go out. He went out and killed them. He played the piano, told a few jokes. The people are falling under the chairs.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't expect it. Then you got to follow that.
What do you do?
Yeah.
Take a shot.
Go out and do it.
You go out and do the same act he did.
And what Dustin Hoffman said goes for me, too,
right.
and walk off.
That's exactly the truth.
How you been? You live, I didn't know, you live in Sausalito, somebody said?
No,
I thought, why did they say
I
Sausalito?
used to live in Sausalito, and now I live in Malibu. I've got a little farm in Malibu.
Real farm?
Little farm. Yeah, it's funny you should mention it, isn't it?
No, I mean a farm?
Why is he laughing?
I don't know. Man is an actor.
He has
And
a good
actors are
time.
strange
You know, he
people.
gets out on the street and he has a good time. That's really good. He's sitting there laughing, having a good time.
What, do you raise things on this farm?
Well, no, actually, I had before my daughters came to live with me 2 years ago.
You're a
rather.
bachelor now, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. But my daughters came to live with me 2 years ago, and before that, I had a plant. I had 2 suits in a plant, and when I go on the road, I'd have somebody watch my plant for me. And my daughters came to live with me, and now I've got chickens and horses and goats and all kinds of neat stuff. I've got dogs, which run me ragged, because when they bark, I follow them. You know, I learned that from Lassie movies.
Where they would come home
when
and...
Lassie movies, when the dog would bark and the owner would never know. See, the dog would bark, and we'd have to sit in a Lassie movie. Remember that?
And we knew what that
And we knew that the dog wanted the owner to follow, but the owner never knew. See, and I know now. I follow my dogs when they bark. Sometimes out, they pick up a bone, they bring it back. I follow the dog. Did you ever see, you have to listen to the dog barking for 45 minutes, you go to the movie, the dog comes on and...
How do your daughter... We
No,
talked
it's
about
bad because my daughters, we got the animals not because we went out and bought them, because if someone in the canyon where we live says, well, yeah, we're going to have to put our goats to sleep. Because that's all the neighbors do to get animals over to our house. You know, they say, can't find anybody to give the animal to, we're going to have to put it to sleep.
And your daughters fall apart.
They're going to have to put it to sleep.
So you got...
So now we've got all those. But the thing is, now my daughters are interested in guys.
How old are they?
Foxes, you know, 14, 15, they're down the beach. It's a nice fox today. It's really nice going. And so old MacDonald has to feed the animals, you know. They're out looking at foxes, and I'm feeding the goats. But it's a problem.
How's your love life? How do they handle that?
My love life?
You bring...
Goats home?
No. Who knows? You know, when you're in a canyon, what the hell?
Who knows?
I mean, when you're in a canyon, who knows? I mean, do your daughters pass on... The pass... Do your
like that stuff, huh?
Your daughters pass on...
That's what I want. My daughters what?
Do they pass on the ladies that you
Pass?
might bring
Oh,
home?
no,
Like,
they like
say,
some
look
of them,
at
they
them
don't like
critically
some.
and say, hey.
They like some of them. They don't like some of the girls I know. Yeah. They I don't like her because, and you know. She doesn't thrill us like she thrills you, Dad. You know, that kind of thing.
Well, obviously.
You know, obviously right, but, you know, sometimes personality clashes.
Does this bother you? No, it bothers. Apparently, I don't know. You don't smoke, I know, and I'm sorry.
Well, you're getting that now, you know, with going on planes, you want smoking. You know, I noticed that smokers, they're getting very conscious of people that don't smoke. They try to find a place to put the smoke, you know.
I keep the ashtray
I
over
noticed
here.
that. You keep it over there when you're talking to somebody.
Very
people
kind.
People say they'll be talking to you like this. Say, yeah, I think I'm going to Hawaii this week because it's you know, it's a nice time this time of year, and I think it would be.
Pocket your shirt.
Sometimes. That's the way it is. You know, they really are finding it very difficult to find places to put it.
You gave it up,
You know what's that? 4 years ago, I gave up smoking. And I used to have nightmares, too. It was really something. Because I had given up smoking for Lent and stuff like that. You know, you do things, remember? And, what you do, you give up things for 40 days for Lent. You know, you just let...
I don't know about that.
Yeah, well, it's a different thing. You see, you know all
people,
about
we don't
your
give
stuff.
up anything.
Don't
We
give up
fight
anything.
for every dime we're getting it.
No, we have to give stuff up, and I give up smoking. See, about 4 years ago, I gave it up for good, though. And I had nightmares. Because I let myself down. I built up days beyond myself. You know, I'd give up smoking for a day, and then I went to a week, and then 6 months. And after about the 6th month, I started having dreams that I lit up a cigarette at a scene of an accident, or I gave myself an excuse. You know how when you quit and you say, I'm old enough to smoke. And then you start in again. Then you're off. It's gone. You're gone.
Tell me this. Do you feel better?
I feel great. Terrific. I mean, the whole thing about that...
You have
in
to
the
have
morning,
moral
when you go to a
gratification.
party or a meeting and you smoke, and everybody says, all right, take a 5-minute break, and you light up. That's what is he going to do, if you don't do stitches if you don't smoke, right? 5-minute breaks. You know about breaks, don't you? Remember those?
Did you, did you substitute anything for it? Or, I mean,
Nothing, just
Candy,
sitting and hoping that I wouldn't start smoking again.
But, John, isn't the truth, if you don't smoke, so you drink. If you don't drink, you do something else. Well, you all, I mean, giving up. So there'll be something else that you'll get home.
Well, you make pilots.
No, but cigarettes are... No, really, hey, you know... Reminds me,
Hey, it's
you
a
know
slow
what?
week, Joe. Let's make a pilot.
Successful pilot? You want a successful show?
No.
No, I'll tell you, the formula.
Not anymore.
The formula is end in freeze frame. No matter how lousy the show is, I've noticed that. If they end in a freeze frame, it's a terrific show. Say, well, if he knows where we live, he'd deliver the milk.
That's right. Or the car drives
no matter
off.
how bad it is.
They do that in all those shows. The car drives away.
Right,
and
that's it. Then everybody else stops talking like, well, I guess that's it. So we had to end the show tonight, freeze frame, all of us, okay?
And
When you
tomorrow.
say goodnight, we'll all be
Good night.
over.
And
Right, John.
Tomorrow night. And that
I know
makes a
that.
good show. Good idea.
But you'll do that, wouldn't you?
No,
End in a freeze frame?
No, I keep thinking of Disneyland when I think of that. When I take my kids, what's so funny, you... Anyway, that old lady's getting on my nerves, I'm telling you that right now. Get that broad a broom! Now.
What's this?
You have some
Fine.
paper on your forehead there.
Well, that's okay. I like it like that. I'm a Buddha.
Makes no sense
I know
whatsoever.
that. Once I went to see you in Vegas. I went to see you a few times in Vegas. No, I threw it over the cup and
good.
beyond.
Well,
I went to see
basket.
Don
My
in
time
Vegas.
out, Sonics.
What?
That's basketball talk.
I don't know best. I don't know anything about sports.
Well, dribble around for a half hour.
Really?
You relax.
You know, gives me a hard time. So I'm in the green room, people say, hey, what do you think they did with the Rams today, old Chuck Memo? I don't know. Chuck
Really?
Memo.
You don't know sport?
No, I don't know, and I can't converse, so they
Come
think
on,
I'm
you
a...
gotta get with it. Get with it. Get with it. It's time for you, John.
Oh, thank you.
I know what that is.
Yeah, me too.
Well,
I was in the Navy.
I'm not going to say it. Now a message from Ultraban, antiperspirant lotion.
Sometimes you do something, and you just know you're doing the right thing. Take me. I've been using antiperspirant sprays. Right Guard, Air Extra Dry, Mitchum. But I've switched to Ultraban antiperspirant lotion. It keeps you drier than any of those sprays. Besides, I like the idea of using a roll-on instead of a spray. I also like the smooth lotion formula. Ultraban roll-on lotion. If it keeps me as dry as it does, and it feels as good as it does, it's the right thing for me.
If I told you Excedrin worked better than regular aspirin, you might not buy it. But would you listen if there was medical evidence? Well, in 2 medical research studies on pain other than headache at a large hospital and a leading university, doctors reported that Excedrin works significantly better than the regular aspirin tablet. Right. There's medical evidence that Excedrin has worked better than aspirin. So the next time you're in pain, try Excedrin, the extra strength pain reliever. See if it doesn't work better for you.
We're back. Don Rickles is with us. John Byner. Buddy Rich is going to join us. Kathy. And you do a lot of great voices. You do a lot of great sounds.
I started talking about Don Rickles and seeing him, saw you one night and laughed hysterically through the hour and 10 minutes you were on stage. And now...
Thank you. Just one other compliment before, on your side. When I had the television series, John was on as a guest star, and the show didn't make it, but he really was, he is truly one of the nicest human beings. He was so delightfully funny that night, and in many shows, so period. Okay, I just wanted you to know that.
Well, you're both wonderful, and I have my own show,
Thanks
too.
so much. Well,
Thank you, Don.
let me just say this in defense of you. I sincerely like Lawrence Welk, and I hope you and he suck bubbles on the highway.
And the fellas, real suck bubbles onto highway.
Onto highway.
Hair start and the fellas. Yes. Get into that, boy, I'll tell you. Don, you have, but I was driving home and I wondered, I was trying to think of some of the things you said that were funny the next morning at breakfast, and that was very difficult because I realized that it's like rhythms that you, the lady with the hockey puck and the orange going, how? I need the guy coming out of the street with the toilet paper on the ear going, go, wow, wow. And you wonder, you say, well, you can't repeat that thing to anybody. It's an attitude and a rhythm that we were talking about.
Connacht,
that
when he does Connacht, that's honestly, that is a sense of rhythm. It's a sense of when Ed says, and he does the retake and so forth. Everything, sometimes it's not only the joke, it's...
No, I don't think it's the same at all.
Oh, you know. Okay, guy. One more time, then I'm going to go full out and drop him. Aren't I, big fella, huh?
Right.
In the old days?
No, he's paying a compliment. I didn't mean to interrupt, because I'm one of your biggest fans, true. Ever since I saw you work. But you don't get in, and a lot of guys don't, I don't get politically involved when I do my act, because outside of a few jokes about what's going on...
Yeah, there are too many. I mean, the audience is broken up.
No, I don't agree with that at all.
Different people. I have a theory, though. I mean, I think that...
I don't agree with that.
What I just said?
No, what the man just said.
Oh, that's political.
The man was out of line. I don't agree with that. Do you agree with what the man just said? No.
You can be a politician.
You lost your job, dumbbell. I don't agree with that. You make fun of the President of the United States.
What are they going to do on this new pilot? Show pictures of your old shows that went down the drain? Is that what
Stop acting.
Now, those that acted up, your names will be taken. Look at that, the one black guy in the back went, I never said a thing.
I want to see the one black guy.
I'll show you. Show me the one black guy. Where?
Okay, sit him down.
Get over here, man. Okay, man. Wait a minute. You're free. Oh! You're free.
Okay, you were right. I apologize. I'll admit. Okay, you lucked in. He happened to be up there.
But did he talk like
You
that?
lucked in.
And we had a search, and look at it now. You can't find him.
He's, Hey, he was a good enough sport to come down.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
Let's buy him and his party some dinner tonight. Since you... In this mad show, he was nice to come down, so we'll get some free dinner tickets for you and your group up there, really.
What's your name, man? What's your name?
Gary Flood.
What?
Gary Flood.
Don't lie to me. I know what he said. You're the producer. You find out. You're going for the dinner.
What,
How about some fried chicken and grits? You get off cheap. Fried chicken.
Certainly.
Jerry, just turn around. I don't eat that.
Jerry, did you turn around and say that? He didn't turn around and say that.
Yes, he did. You can't see him. Smile, Jerry. See, he said it.
John, what were we talking about?
Nothing. It doesn't
It
matter.
really doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. Politically. Politics.
Really?
You don't do politics.
No, well, I was, getting back into that, I thought about how very sad it is to realize that people vote for people on how they look and how they sound rather than what they think about. And
Television is responsible for that.
Really, I
don't you
mean,
think?
a guy's got to look great, he's got to sound great in order to get anywhere in politics, and I thought that's kind of a shame because there are probably a lot of other people that don't have the same stature that do have a lot of good political things going for them. That could possibly be elected. Would you like to read a few
certainly.
questions of
I'll
people?
give you-
We will give you.
I'll give you
we
some
have a whole
questions.
list of possible candidates that don't look and sound like everybody else.
All right.
Here's the first candidate.
American prestige has been on the downswing lately around the world. How would you correct this?
I believe we need confidence. And I'm going to speak on confidence whenever I get a chance to at any of my speeches. I will stress confidence in the country.
Another question. There's been a lot of graft, corruption, bribery, waste. The government. How would you change this? How would you handle that problem?
I would surround myself with honest people. Guys I know all my life.
Now, for example, how would you... A lot of people think we spend too much money on the defense budget. We should cut back, spend more domestically here at home. How would we...
That's foolishness, Johnny, because I think that the might of the country has to do its strength, and that's what we will stress.
Arms to be ready.
Oh, yes, because any of those other fellas, that's all they know. You know, I mean, you rattle your things at them, and they know. Rattle your rockets.
Oh, okay. Rattle your rockets, boys. Okay. We're going to take a break here and find out what we're doing here, and then Buddy Rich is going to join us if he feels like it. Maybe he won't.
Introducing the Town Crier.
Hear ye, hear ye.
For Kleenex tissues.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Bobby.
I'm practicing to be a town crier.
Oh, good lad. But a town crier also cares about people. Achoo! So he brings them comfort when they're suffering. Soft comfort from Kleenex.
You're a town crier.
He's got the idea.
Everyone has a soft spot for Kleenex tissues.
What do you do when you're cold and soaked through?
Lipton, quick! A delicious cup of soup.
When they all want soup, tomato, ring noodle, spring vegetable?
Lipton, quick! A delicious cup of soup.
Hey, you could be enjoying Lipton Cup of Soup right now. Lots of kinds. Just pick your favorite and taste the good, rich, hot flavor. Lunchtime, anytime. Like when good hot soup would taste great before bed.
Lipton, quick! A delicious cup of soup.
Delicious.
Richard Chamberlain and Tony Curtis star in The Count of Monte Cristo, Wednesday.
Okay, what a night, folks. Buddy Rich, the Prince of Darkness, is here.
Best man in the world. Greatest drummer.
Buddy, and he will tell you that when he comes out.
Oh, he can.
Buddy will be appearing with the Milwaukee Symphony on January the 10th. I don't know whether they know that or not. But maybe he wasn't invited. He's just going back. They're not playing any place. They're just in a motel. Buddy's going back and appear with them while they stand around outside. Anyway, what happens to this man? Would you welcome? What are you getting his... You ever heard him laugh like that?
Because I know Buddy's gonna kill you.
I see. Would you welcome Mr. Humble, Buddy Rich?
Thank you.
Okay. Obviously, the Milwaukee Symphony knows you're coming. I said I didn't know whether they knew it. It's been canceled?
That's bad enough.
But that's a big... Have you ever done that before?
No, I've never done it before. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to really be exciting.
Doc goes out occasionally.
Don is going to be the guest conductor.
Yeah. Doc goes out, as you know, occasionally and appears with...
Yeah, that must be very exciting. We're going to do a new arrangement that Tommy wrote for us. Tommy wrote a brand new score of War Side Story for us, and we're going to do it, perform it for the first time next Saturday.
Are they going to tape that? I mean that seriously. Are they going to record it?
I don't know if they are or not. I know I am.
Because I know it when you do it with your band, West Side Story. It's a remarkable...
But it's a whole new arrangement. Tommy did a whole brand new thing. We did different music from the score.
With a symphony orchestra?
Yeah. I think it's 104 men.
That's got to be sensational.
Yeah, it's going to be very exciting.
Now, see, they all read music, right?
Not that I know of.
Do they? Now, does that pose a problem? For
them.
For them. I mean, it doesn't for you. You don't read music.
I don't play what they play anyhow. They play what they want, I play what I want. Then I say, come in with the finish.
Now, listen to me a second.
I'm listening
I'm having enough trouble out here tonight.
What's the matter with him tonight?
I was looking for one sane person out here tonight.
Do you mind if I smoke?
Yes, I do.
Good.
So I'm trying to quit.
Me too. Me too.
What I'm saying is, I've heard you when the band sits
What's the
down...
matter with your arm?
What?
What's the matter with your arm? What's the matter with your ear?
Nothing. It's my leg that bothers me.
Your leg. What's the matter with him tonight, Doc?
Look, when it goes like this, one must keep oneself amused. The show gets a little better, I take the hand out. Now.
He's got you.
You heard him, America.
That's right.
You heard him.
Now, listen.
Come on, buddy. Let's go.
Come on,
John. We don't need that. That's crude.
Come
we
on.
Don't need that. Go blind on your own time.
Come on. If that had made you go blind, I'd have been blind since birth. Come on, never mind that. Anyway, what
Don't you find him funny?
Now, what I'm trying to say is...
Yes, what are you trying to say, Doc?
When you rehearse a number with the orchestra,
yes,
the orchestra will sit down and play it. You listen to it, then you get up and do it.
Yes.
Is that the way you're going to do this?
Put it down. Is that the way I'm going to do it, Doc?
Yeah, John.
No, I'm buddy. That's John.
He's just killing time, buddy. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Thanks.
What? Get your hand back behind the desk.
No. True. No, the band rehearses, the orchestra rehearses first. And I'll listen to the chart a couple of times. And then I'll go up and play it.
What is the technical distinction between a band and an orchestra?
The guys that read.
Would this be considered? No,
That's an orchestra. That's an orchestra. Hey, Stuck.
Look, you don't come out and say the Milwaukee Symphony Band.
That's right.
I mean, what does make it? Is it because of strings?
I think because of the whole, what is it, strings and the conductor wears tails.
Violins.
What?
All them violins and things.
All them violins are playing? There's only one playing West Side Story. So it's not really a full orchestra.
I don't know why I brought it up. Obviously,
Neither
I
do
wasn't
I.
going to get an answer to this query.
Because actually, I'm working in Florida for the next couple of weeks. We're down in Miami. And,
With the Miami Symphony?
No, with my symphony, my band.
Oh, I see your band.
We're playing Orlando tomorrow night. I just thought you'd like to know that in case Don wants to fly down.
I'll have my mother, who lives in Miami.
Does she dance?
Foxtrot. Good.
We play all that stuff.
You don't play for dancing at
No,
all?
we don't play for dancing at all. It's strictly...
What happens when people comes up and says, why don't you play a dance?
We tell them to get out. This is not a dance band.
You haven't changed, no. In
It's
other words,
not
you
Lee
say-
Castle and his band. you
Lee
know.
Castle. Anson Weeks, this is not, huh?
That's, he just mentioned it before. You saw him on... Where did you see him?
At the
Who
Riviera.
cares?
Why don't you play dance requests?
Because you play that silly music that we used to play in the early 60s.
Yeah?
And,
You don't like to do that?
Well, I don't like to do that. You have to play requests, and you have to be nice to people, and that's a drag.
When I was growing up anyway, the kids used to come and stand and watch the band.
Yes.
They did very little dancing, and
That's
I'm
true.
talking about the late 30s and early 40s.
It's true.
You went, you stood, you watched the guys.
Most people, the people that were interested in... When I was with Dorsey's band, we used to get 400 or 500 young people stand in front of the bandstand and listen, and all the other cats would be
Just
down
sit
there
there.
dancing. It was really interesting, the way it's evolved into now, when most of the things are concert things. Like-
Did you used to room with Sinatra for a while?
Yeah. I
Somebody
roomed
said
with
I
Frank.
didn't know that.
I roomed with Frank the first year that he was on the band.
With
In
Dorsey?
1940, yeah. Uh-huh.
How'd you get along?
Very bad. Very bad.
Was it a clash?
Well, no, I knew I was the star of the band, and he kept saying, I'm the star of the band, you know, and it got to be that way.
Didn't
After-
Dorsey feel he was the star of the band?
We didn't even let him know that it was his band.
Tommy didn't know, huh? And of course, Marie.
That's
No,
it, just
Tommy.
that's it. We'll tell you when. We'll tell you
Sit
when.
down, Jack
That's
Leonard. Marie, thank you, Jack. We'll take a break. We're coming right back.
Frank, I never said it.
This is Big Jim Naraki. His tummy's upset with acid indigestion.
Heartburn. Gas.
If you had to give him something and stay there till it worked, what would you give him? I'd give him Tums. Tums is strong medicine. Taken as directed, Tums starts working in seconds. Tums. If it'll work for Big Jim, imagine what it'll do for you.
It worked.
He feels better. I feel better. Tums. For the tummy. And that's a tummy.
What you doing, Dad?
Got chapped lips out on the boat. Vaseline petroleum jelly helps take the sting out.
What you doing at, Ruth?
Helping to keep my skin smooth with Vaseline petroleum jelly. Who needs fancy creams?
What you doing, Mommy?
Smoothing on Vaseline petroleum jelly. Helps protect Mary from diaper rash all night long.
For your family's skin, use Vaseline Petroleum Jelly, the skin survival kit.
welcome back to the clinic. This is like a clinic tonight.
Yes, it is.
It's like a group therapy. L.A. free clinic here
Group
tonight.
therapy tonight.
That's wild, it is.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice, Don? Nice. I want to tell them about the time I took you for a ride on the bike.
Oh, okay.
Into the store,
you
didn't
tell
you?
it so
Right
well,
into the
buddy.
store.
Tell it. That's the truth.
Came to my
See,
house one night several years back, and we were running out of wine. And he was over at the house for dinner, and we decided to go and get some wine. There were about 5 cars parked in front of the house, and I had a bike, motorcycle. He started to get into the car, and I said, "Wait a minute, you go with me." And I put him on the back of the bike, and we went down through the driveway, out across the road, and I drove him right straight through into the market on the bike. If you had heard this maniac screaming about his insurance, it wasn't paid up at the time, right? Remember that?
He had a motorcycle, and as you know, and Buddy Rich, I knew, with he and his lovely wife, when they worked, was it the Blue
Dream
something?
Bar.
The Green Bar. The Dream Bar.
Right.
And they played a little group, right?
Yeah.
And he was just taking up karate then. And some big cat was sitting, and Buddy with his lovely wife, if you said hello to her, Buddy went, Buddy was always so relaxed. And I was just working in Murray Franklin's, right? And I worshiped Buddy, and I still do. I respected him as a great drummer and an artist. And he was always with all his austere of the toughness and stuff, which he is, you know. Buddy used to fall down a lot, you know. He was always tough, but guys used to come up and go, before the karate business, and went, ha, ha! And they didn't even touch him, and he went, I'm hurt, I'm wounded, I'm hurt. And suddenly took up karate, and he was tough. And he wound up with a cast on his hand up to his lip. And he was in a full cast, playing the drums in the Dream Bar, going, what happened to my lessons? And all he said was to a bass
Excuse me
player.
a second?
Surely.
Go ahead. I'd like to introduce my next guest.
No, you're gonna die. You keep doing that. You're gonna die. That's not what. It's not healthy to do that.
No,
really.
the reason I want to
Play
bring,
racquetball.
The reason I want to bring this young lady out is because I've
You don't
known
have
her
to explain it.
I've
Your
known
show.
her for many, many years.
It's Kathy. She's
Since
a
she was
dog.
about
It's
8
his
years
daughter.
old, I guess.
Yeah, well, get the cord fixed.
And it's your daughter,
Yes.
who's a fine little singer, and also you just said she did the small
She
part.
just
in
did
a-
a small part in Woody Allen's next forthcoming movie, and she's very excited about that.
She wants to get this crazy business.
Yes,
and-
well, you know, she wants to sing, and I'd like her to get a gig for a while, man. I'm tired of sending her bread every week.
You still do that? Or
Yes, I told her go back to Howard Johnson, get a table, you'll be all right.
something? Is she gonna do that? She got something worked out with the guy?
Yes, she came here and rehearsed this afternoon. I haven't heard the thing. I'm very
Okay.
excited about it.
Would you welcome Kathy Rich?
All right.
I just found myself at your door again, and I still feel the same old way. But a broken heart is in store again. I'm looking for a brand new day. I just gotta keep trying, though I can see there isn't any you. Can't be any denying. When I look into your eyes, I begin to realize that it ain't gonna happen with us again. Love was never
Mr. Daddy.
Hi. How are you?
Byner. Rickles. How are you?
All right, kid.
Fine. How are you?
I looked over there to Buddy while you were singing. I said, is that the same little girl I remember when she was like that? You get tired of hearing that from people who've known you when you're small?
Yes.
It is embarrassing. Yeah, I shouldn't say that. Gee, oh, how you've grown. Like you're going to stay there.
Yeah.
Of course you grow.
She's getting old, aren't she?
Well, knowing you're so protective, I thought you might not let her grow. You know, when she was 6, you'd say, that's it.
Do you know something? You know something? That she still lives home every once in a while?
Oh. Okay, we're going to take a break, and we're going to come right back here to the family hour in just a moment.
Ah, the taste of fresh perked ground roast coffee. That's Taster's Choice. It's perked to perfection, then freeze-dried to lock in all that fresh perked flavor. When you remove the ice, you still have fresh perked coffee, but in little chunks that look and smell like ground roast and taste fresh perked. You have Taster's Choice freeze-dried coffee, regular and green label decaffeinated. Both taste fresh perked because both start fresh perked.
If you are lucky enough to get this new sweepstakes letter from Reader's Digest, just think, you could be one of over 30,000 people who will win up to $24,000 in cash. In the new Reader's Digest sweepstakes, $400,000 will be awarded, including that $24,000 grand prize. So watch your mailbox and be sure to send in your entry, because it's the only way to win.
We have a couple of minutes left on the show, but I should explain the gentleman who was supposed to be with us tonight, Dale Alexander, who's written a book called Hair and Harmony. It's not Healthy Hair. No, I'll show you the book. Healthy Hair and Common Sense, right, which should have been called Hair and Harmony. Mr. Alexander will be with us as soon as he has hair and will come here. No,
as soon as hair
my apologies to him. So how are you, Kathy? Do you really live home occasionally with...
Yes, I do. Yes.
Is he sweet and lovable? You know, guys have made jokes comparing, they've called him like Hitler.
Yeah.
Have you heard that before?
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is
I
unfair
think
to
I
Hitler.
made up the rumor.
But is he really a tough father?
Yes, at times. At times he
That's
is
good.
very difficult.
Why? Because I want to know who you're going out with?
No.
How old are
because
you now?
interrogate who I go out with.
What does he ask them?
What does he ask them? What
What do you do?
Yeah, the usual things. What do you do?
Does he set hours for you? Instead of
No, not
watch
anymore. Not anymore. It used to be 9 o'clock.
In the morning.
Oh, you're living in a wrong...
It'll be 9 o'clock in the morning when I get
Now,
home.
come on.
Look around and see if everything was all right. No, it was never like that. She's always been free to do exactly as I say.
That makes more sense.
Right. What kind of outfit is that, though?
What's wrong with that? It's very pretty.
That's one of those Susie Cream Cheese
This
outfits,
is a
right?
Susie Cream Cheese.
I don't know about that.
Yes.
You sparkle.
Yes.
Now, do you
Got
think
this one?
there's something wrong with the dress? It's very pretty.
You
Are
like
you
it nice?
alarmed because you can see through it?
Yes. It bothers me.
Well, now you see, you're
No, it bothers me because I look at other chicks her age like that.
not supposed to do that.
Huh?
Aha.
And it's very difficult. You're on the road, and all these fine-looking foxes dancing around and looking. I'm talking about mommy.
How do you
You better be talking about
How do you
her.
prepare your friends for him when you bring them home?
Usually a suit of armor and earplugs.
Good.
What does that mean?
That's what do you think it means?
She's just putting you on because I'm really quite nice to all of your friend.
We're going to take a short break here, and we'll be right back.
Good catch.
Herb, I bought an air conditioner.
An air conditioner?
Not that kind of air conditioner. This kind. New Glade Solid air freshener. Conditions the air and gets rid of odors.
How do you plug it in?
You don't, Herb. It's an air freshener. Glade Solid. See, this ventilation system works continuously, so the air smells fresh and clean.
Fits in the window?
It's not an air conditioner. It's an air conditioner.
Oh, really?
New Glade Solid eliminates odors and conditions the air.
How can you get your clothes rainwater soft?
Without having to wait for the rinse cycle? Get Rain Barrel Fabric Softener. Rain Barrel is much more convenient than ordinary fabric softeners because it works in the wash cycle. See? Rain Barrel goes in at the start of your wash and works all the way through,
leaving everything rainwater soft.
Rain Barrel.
Rainwater softness.
With no waiting for the rinse cycle.
Well, the old clock on the wall is still there, and it can stay there for all I'm concerned. You'll be at Orlando tomorrow night?
That's right.
And University of Miami on Friday?
Yes, sir.
And then out to Minneapolis to open a new concert hall there on February the 7th.
Right.
Good. We'll get back there so you can catch him. We'll be
Right.
there. Thank you, Kathy.
Okay.
Lovely to see you. Thank you, John, as usual. Funny then. Donald?
Hey, see Jack Klugman in Odd Couple. He's the greatest. Barbara, get well, sweetheart. I love you. Mom, I'll see you Thursday.
Tomorrow night, Joe Namath will be with us, Valerie Perrine, Fernando Lamas, and David Horowitz.
Drama critic Walter Kerr and his wife, playwright Jean Kerr, are Tom's guests next.